Putin bad news. Despite Kyiv's claims of progress, Putin maintains that the Ukrainian counteroffensive has failed. There are competing narratives about the situation on the Ukrainian front from the Russian president and Kyiv's defense officials. Kyiv's Ministry of Defense reported further gains on the front lines around Bakhmut city in the eastern Donetsk region, but Russian President Vladimir Putin again labeled the Ukrainian counteroffensive against Russian forces a failure. Monday in the Black Sea resort of Sochi, Putin denied reports of recent battlefield gains by Ukraine and said Kyiv's forces had not stalled in their advance but had failed at a news conference with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Putin was quoted as saying that the Ukrainian counteroffensive has failed, not stalled, by Russia's state news agency TASS. Putin also expressed his desire that it will remain this way, as cited by TASS. Russian President Vladimir Putin has repeatedly said that his country has made no headway against Russian defensive positions in Ukrainian territory that is under Moscow's military control. But Russian military bloggers and international military analysts have reported serious issues affecting Russian forces on the front lines, especially a lack of artillery shells, which has forced Moscow's military planners to focus more on artillery accuracy than their traditional focus on volume of shells fired in battle. Kyiv's forces have retaken about 3 square km, 1.16 square miles, of land around the eastern city of Bakhmut in the past week, according to Ukraine's Deputy Defense Minister Hanna Maliar, who made the announcement on Monday. This area had been captured by Russian troops in May after months of heavy fighting. Since launching its counteroffensive in early June, Ukraine has retaken approximately 47 square kilometers, 29 square miles, of territory around Bakhmut, Maliar wrote on the Telegram messaging app. Maliar also claimed success in the direction of Novodanilivka and Novoprokopivka, 2 villages in the southern part of Zaporizhia, but he did not elaborate. The Ukrainian infantry has broken through the first line of Russian defenses in the western part of Zaporizhia, which consisted of anti-tank ditches and anti-tank obstacles known as Dragon's Teeth, according to the Washington, D.C.-based Institute for the Study of War, ISW. However, the ISW stated that it was too soon to say that Kyiv had definitely breached the Russian defenses in western Zaporizhia because heavy equipment had not yet been moved into those areas. Ukrainian forces likely intend to hold those positions, the ISW said, adding that it was not prepared to assess that Ukrainian forces have breached this Russian defensive layer in the absence of observed Ukrainian heavy equipment in these areas. After Ukrainian troops have broken through the first line of Russian defenses, Maliar said last week, the Ukrainian military plans to advance more quickly. Ukraine's counteroffensive has been criticized in recent weeks for allegedly being too slow and hampered by poor tactics, most notably the deployment of troops to too many different locations. Kyiv has claimed that Russian minefields and trenches along the front line have slowed the progress of Ukrainian forces, and that this has been done to save lives. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba told critics of his country's tactics to shut up last week. Visiting troops in the eastern Donetsk region, where Bakhmut is located, and the Zaporizhia region, where Kyiv's forces are trying to push southward to the Sea of Azov, were shown in videos posted on the Ukrainian presidential website on Monday.